Am I violating your expectations? Today we're talking about expectancy violations theory. Before we do that, I want to talk about a few things, just shopkeeping for you class. First, I want to say that you're doing a great job on the discussion topics every week. I'm really proud of how you're disclosing with each other and how you're making sense of the theory and learning from each other. That really makes me happy because it lets me know that you're really understanding and getting these theories and you're able to apply them to your life. As you know, your case studies are due on Monday the 16th by midnight. If you do not turn it in on time, that's okay. You can still get credit. You'll just get 5 points taken off each day. For some of you, I may be suggesting that you do an edit to increase your points, and I'll give you feedback on how I want you to do it if you didn't follow the directions correctly or if I feel like you have a lot of area where you can grow in your writing. Next, I do want to let you know that I did open up a discussion topic that will allow you to provide me feedback on the course. So I want you to let me know on what things are working for you and what things aren't, so that I can adjust the way that we deal with the rest of the semester accordingly and integrate your suggestions into next semester's planning. I do want to let you know that these are anonymous and that while I don't want you to be a bully to me or to be rude or demeaning, I do want to know your honest opinion without fear of it affecting your grade. So I won't know who's written what, and I look forward to your comments, suggestions. Let me know what you'd like about the class so I can be sure to incorporate that in the future and to make sure that I strengthen that, and let me know areas where I really need to work to make it so that you can learn and understand these theories better and understand what we're doing better. Okay, now we're on to expectancy violations theory. It's one of my favorite theories just because there's a lot of fun things that deal with it. The first thing that we're going to talk about is proxemics. We have this idea of what we expect, the distance that we expect people to stand in accordance to us, in relation to us, based on our relationship with that person. So the book, Judy Borgoon, that's a hard name to say 10 times fast. Judy Borgoon says that intimate distance is 0 to 18 inches. What this means is if, say, my husband or my mom were to see me, I would be comfortable with them getting very close to me. But if you're not on a very, 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 very close relationship with me, then I'm not going to be comfortable with our communication as long as you're within my bubble that we often say. The personal distance, Judy Burgoon says, is 18 inches to 4 feet. These are with your friends. These are the people that you see every day. This may be someone that you work with that you have a fun relationship with or that you enjoy being in their presence. So you'll allow them closer, but not as close as the intimate level. And then the third one is the social distance. These are people that you don't really know or that you're just meeting, and you expect them to be 4 to 10 feet away from you. So, say if I actually saw you face to face instead of through a camera on a computer through YouTube, we would probably stand between this space because we don't really know each other, but we still do. I might be able to pinpoint who you are if you tell me your name. So what we would be in the social distance. The public distance is 10 feet to infinity. This means people that you don't know. This means when you're walking down the street, you want people to stay as far away from you as possible, most likely. Women are especially, susceptible to this. If we are walking down the street by ourselves or walking in a building by ourselves and we realize that someone is walking closer to us than that distance, then we're going to start speeding up how we are walking because we fear for our safety. We don't want to. So men and other women, we don't want to be that person that scares the living daylights out of someone. So we want to make sure that we stand the correct distance. Now these distances are just for America. So you may be interacting with an international student at some point, and they may violate your expectations. They may stand closer to you, even though they don't know you very well. When they first meet you, they may come into your very personal, intimate space. Well, if it's from a different culture, they may stand very far away from you even after they've known you for a year. It just depends on the cultural norms. But these are the norms for Americans, and I think that's pretty accurate for the most part on what we expect. Now, just like in the book, in the additional material that's out there about expectancy violations theory, um, this is a fast rule, but it's not necessarily always true. We may have people that we don't know very well that will come into our personal space and we're okay with it. While other people who we know very, very well may stand very far away from us, and that's okay because it's their bubble. We all have our own little bubbles, and we just need to be okay with what our bubbles are and learn how to deal with that. So we talked about proxemics. Judy Burgoon realized that this was only one area that she was applying social expectancy violations theory. I can never remember the name of it, but I know I love this theory. It's only one area where she, applied expectancy violations theory once again. So she realized that she really needed to broaden it, that it applied more than just how far and close you're standing to each other. It applies to how we act with each other. So when we think about expectancy violations theory, there are three main concepts that you need to understand. The first one is expectancy. This is what coming into what you expect to happen out of an event, or what you expect someone to do, what you expect someone to say, how you expect a place to look, just your expectations for what is about to happen to you or in spite of you or with you, whatever you want to do. This is what we think of an expectancy. So that may be what you expected this class to be like whenever you signed up for interpersonal communication class. And this may not, and I may be violating your expectations. You probably expected me, when you saw this video, to have long hair. As you can see, I chopped it off. I cut off a foot of my hair. You probably didn't expect me to be this close to the camera. And you probably didn't expect me to wear a t-shirt, especially not one that actually has Christmas characters on it. And if you really want to know, I'm also wearing PJ pants. That's not what I normally wear in these videos, but I thought I would violate your expectations a little bit because first off, I am freezing cold, and second off, it's Sunday and I'm really comfortable. So it just kind of worked out really well for this. So whenever that happens, you have a violation valence, and that's what the next concept is. So you have this violation you have this expectation, and then something doesn't go as you planned or as you expected. So it's a violation valence. We place either a positive or a negative value on what this violation is. So you expected me to wear something nice, because usually in the videos I'm wearing like a jacket or something, or I have long hair, and now I have changed how I look. So you either choose whether or not you like it or whether you don't like it. And that's okay. You don't have to like my new haircut. You don't have to like what I'm wearing today, but you will decide your opinion on it. And that's what violation valence is. So when we think of something that has happened, you think of, did it violate my expectations, and did I like it? And that's why I enjoy expectancy violations theory, because it's a really funny way that you can remember what it's about. Am I violated, and do I like it? Yes, that's really how we make sense of expectancy violation theory. The third concept is communicator reward valence. So we've done this violation, we decide that we like it or we don't like it. What can we get out of this interaction? That is basically what communicator reward valence is. We may choose to violate someone's expectations because there's some reward from it. I chose to violate your expectations on what I'm wearing because it makes me feel more comfortable. It makes me feel warm. You may choose to violate my expectations by doing better than I expected on your case studies, or doing something that I don't expect you to do that I deem positive. Then that would positively enhance our relationship. What I don't like is when some of you have violated my expectations in a bad way. And I'm not going to say any names, but whenever you're emailing me specifically, you see it. I have received emails that were written in text language that had no formal greeting, just things like that, where that is how I would email someone that I was really close with, like my mom, because, well, she has fun making sense of text language, and I have fun watching her. Other than that, I don't do text language, not even in text. I do full sentences. I do periods. I capitalize my words. I spell correctly, and that's what I expect whenever I receive your emails. That's what I expect whenever I read your comments. So, if you're doing an email for me, if you want to make me comfortable with how you view the relationship, then you want to greet me, say, "Hi, Mrs. Whitaker," or "Hi, Rebecca Whitaker," or "Hi, Mrs. W," just something to let me know that you know who you're talking to, and just to make me feel like I'm welcome in the conversation. Then have a body of the email where you explain your concerns or whatever you need, and then you end it with a salutation. "Thanks, have a great day, so-and-so." Just, that lets me know that you understand what our relationship is. When you start using text language, and whenever you start not punctuating or not capitalizing, not using correct grammar, not writing formally, then I feel like you don't respect me or you don't understand our relationship. So it makes me really confused about what you want, especially for asking for something. Why would you ask in that way if you're not being respectful of me and my position as your professor? I do want to be your friend, but I'm your professor first, and so you should treat me with respect in the way that you're communicating with me. You should also communicate in the discussion questions the same way to your fellow students, because you don't know them. While you have disclosed some very meaningful things, you may be violating their expectations by communicating in a more relaxed manner, and in a joking manner, because not everyone's going to understand your jokes. I do enjoy, however, the song lyrics that have been passed around. Those are fun. I do read your comments, so don't think that I don't. So, whenever we think of expectancy violations theory, I'm going to wrap this up really quick because this video is already longer than I expected. I want you to remember that, to make sense of it, do I feel violated, and do I like it? So people are going to not do what that you want them to do all of the time, not what you expect them to do all of the time. And you have to decide whether you like it and whether or not it's worth continuing the relationship or however you want it to be. Reminder, do the discussion questions, respond to one other person's, turn in your case studies, and make sure that if you want, you can comment on the discussion board about this class so that I can understand what to do for you in the future. Thank you so much, and I hope I don't violate your expectations too much. Signing off. Bye.